When you're thinking about selling your home, what questions are you asking a real estate agent? I'm Cindy Wadsworth.
And I'm Pete Pacina.
And we're with the Cindy Wadsworth team at eXp Realty. In the past couple of years, sellers really haven't been interviewing agents because it's been fairly easy for them to sell. The agent puts a sign in the yard and it sells. But now that the market has shifted, they really should be interviewing several agents.
Absolutely. Yeah, and one of the main questions you should be asking is, what's your real estate experience? Not necessarily how many years you've been in the business, but how many homes you're selling per year. Because some agents have been in the business for 25, 30 years, but only sell 2 or 3 houses a year.
Right.
You might have a newer agent who's only been in the business 3 or 4 years, but sells 30 houses a year. I'd rather be working with the agent who sells that many more units because they're more up to date on what's happening.
I was just going to say it's more relevant about how the market is now, and that's what is most important.
Absolutely.
Another question you should be asking when interviewing agents is, how are you going to communicate? Because one of the biggest things over the years that I've heard, one of the biggest complaints from a seller is, I hired my agent and then I never heard from them again.
Yep.
So make sure that they give you guarantees about how often they are going to communicate with you and how they are going to communicate with you, whether it's a phone call, a text, an email, however. On our team, we do have a feedback and communication guarantee, and for every week that goes by that you don't hear from us, we actually give you a discount on the commission.
Which never happens because we
No.
follow up every week, but it's a good place.
It makes sure that we follow up, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it really should be on the terms that are best for you. Just because I like to have a phone call, you might want to have a text message. So it should be based on what your preferred method is.
Right.
Absolutely. And then, the third question, and there's actually a list of probably a dozen
There's
questions,
a lot of
right?
questions, yeah.
And we can get you that list, but we want to be respectful of your time today. So we're going to cover one more today. And that is, how long is the actual listing contract? Sometimes agents don't have a choice. Their brokerage dictates how long they have to choose for a listing contract. Sometimes the agent chooses. Sometimes the agent says that the brokerage is making them choose, but they really do have some flexibility, right? So we are very fortunate with our brokerage. We get to set the standard for the time frame of our contract. So we actually have a 24-hour listing contract. And what that means is at any time, basically, if you're not happy with the level of service that we're giving you, you just have to send us an email, and within 24 hours, we'll release you from the contract. No cost, no obligation. You can work with any other agent. That's how strongly we believe in the service we provide our clients.
Yeah, and you want to make sure by law, a real estate contract is not allowed to be longer than a year.
Absolutely.
But you want to make sure that you do have the ability to get out of the contract if the real estate agent is not performing. And not only that you can get out of the contract, but they actually release it back to you so that you can relist it with somebody else the very next day.
Absolutely. So those are just some of the things that are important to ask an agent when you're interviewing them on whether or not to sell your home. Don't forget, even when you're buying a home, it's really important that you interview agents as well, because you're going to be spending a lot of time with them and they're helping you make one of the biggest financial decisions of your life.
Yeah, if you would like a complete list of questions that you should be asking your agents, please reach out and we would be happy to send that to you.
Absolutely. Until next time, thanks so much and have a great day.
Bye.